If you need a statement, yeah, we were all sitting here. This gentleman hopped on the train stating he was ready to die. You know, he didn't care.
It's been belligerent and then
Very, very.
The whole train was freaked out. He was either gonna like pull a gun, a knife, or like.
He said, I'm willing to die. I'm willing to die. You know, I'm willing to get killed.
Let me get a name and a phone number. You got the witness.
Known as the level 1 Central. Camera for all my units to repair control.
The guy in the tan did take him down like very respectfully and just like held him down. He wasn't like
no. I think that the guy is totally broke down.
This young lady's right here.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you see?
What did I see? I was sitting over there. I heard the young man that's on the floor saying, you know, hey, I'm willing to die, you know? I'll do anything. I'm willing to die. I'll go to jail. I don't care. I don't care. And he was saying it so loud that everybody turned around. So this young man,
Train's going to be held here for a long period of time. You'll find it has
Young ladies right here.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you see?
What did I see? I was sitting over there. I heard the young man that's on the floor saying, you know, hey, I'm willing to die, you know? I'll do anything. I'm willing to die. I'll go to jail. I don't care. I don't care. And he was saying it so loud that everyone turned around. So this young man, he got belligerent and he tackled him down.
Who?
The one that just passed away in the brown jacket, the one that just went past.
The guy in the brown jacket.
Yeah, you got to see the guy in the brown jacket. Yeah.
We got this for the guys in the briefs here. You got a brown jacket, tan jacket. Take them to the briefs right now. They're taking it back to the fifth briefs.
So he took him to the ground. The guy with the brown jacket took him to the ground.
Yeah, he took him to the ground and gave him a chokehold. Not a hard chokehold, just enough to secure him. And the guy fought. And he kept holding him. All right. And then that's when everybody totally realized what was going on. And I think this guy's on drugs, you know, because when he came in, he was unbelievably off the charts. He scared the living daylights out of everyone.
How did he bring him down to the ground? Like he picked him up and threw him on the ground?
I remember he stood up, grabbed him, turned him around, and put him to the ground.
All right.
Well, I live in the East Village in Manhattan, so I take the subway multiple times a day. In this instance, I was coming from school. I got out of class around 2:15, and I took I was at J Street Metro Tech, took the Uptown F train. At 2nd Avenue, a man came on, stumbled on. He appeared to be on drugs. The doors closed, and he ripped his jacket off and threw it at the people sitting down to my left. I was listening to music at the time, and he was yelling, so I took my headphones out to hear what he was yelling. And the three main threats that he repeated over and over was, I'm going to kill you, I'm prepared to go to jail for life, and I'm willing to die. You know, this was a scary situation, and Mr. Nearly came on. He was threatening. I'm 6'2", and he was taller than me, so it was. And there's a common misconception that Marines don't get scared. We're actually taught one of our core values is courage, and courage is not the absence of fear, but how you handle fear. And you know, I was scared for myself, but I looked around. I saw women and children. He was yelling in their faces, saying these threats. I couldn't just sit still. Some people say that I was holding on to Mr. Nearly for 15 minutes. This is not true. I mean, between stops is only a couple minutes. So the whole interaction lasted less than 5 minutes. Some people say I was trying to choke him to death, which is also not true. I was trying to restrain him. You can see in the video, there's a clear rise and fall of his chest, indicating that he's breathing. I'm trying to restrain him from him being able to carry out the threats. And then some people say that this was about race, which is absolutely ridiculous. I didn't see a black man threatening passengers. I saw a man threatening passengers, a lot of whom were people of color. The man who helped restrain Mr. Nearly was a person of color. And then a few days after the incident, I read in the papers that a woman of color came out and called me a hero I don't believe that I'm a hero, but she was one of those people that I was trying to protect. We were all scared. Mr. Neely was yelling in these passengers' faces, and they looked terrified. The reason why there was no video at the start of the altercation was because people were too afraid getting away from him, and the videos didn't start until they saw that situation was under control. I knew I had to act, and I acted in a way that would protect the other passengers, protect myself, and protect Mr. Neely. I used this hold to restrain him, and I did this by leaving my hand on top of his head to control his body. You could see in the video there's a clear rise and fall of his chest, indicating that he was still breathing. And I'm calibrating my grip based on the force that he's exerting. And I was trying to keep him on the ground until the police came. I was praying that the police would come and take this situation over. I didn't want to be put in that situation, but I couldn't just sit still and let him carry out these threats.
Jordan Neely died after this F-train struggle, and today a forensic pathologist hired by the defense told the jurors the chokehold did not cause the death. Instead, the expert says that he thinks that Neely died because of a combination of items: Neely's K2 use, schizophrenia, his sickle cell trait, and because he exerted himself in that struggle.
It's pathetic.
Neely's uncle sees things differently. Prosecutors say that Daniel Penny, a Marine veteran, choked Neely for nearly 6 minutes. The expert on the stand today, a former Miami-Dade medical examiner, disagreed. He watched the clip with the jury and then said, "He's not focused on Mr. Neely here. There is no struggle here," as compared to the more intense section that we saw earlier in the video. He testified that there are 2 phases of a chokehold death. The first one, someone must become unconscious. The second, consistent pressure must be applied. He says that did not happen in this case. If you let go after unconsciousness, what happens? The person should come back. Law enforcement says that Neely caused a disturbance on that train, yelling, saying that he wasn't afraid of going to jail for life, and then Penny grabbed him. The defense presenting its case capped off with this expert. In your opinion, did Mr. Penny choke Mr. Neely to death on May 1st of 2023? No. Neely's uncle believes that jurors will convict Penny.
I believe in the prosecution in its totality, and we will have victory.
And this morning, we're hearing from Daniel Penny himself as to what happened when he put Jordan Neely in a deadly chokehold.
Yeah, jurors were shown video of the Marine veteran being interrogated by police, and we're now getting a look at that video. Good day's Briella Tomasetti live in Lower Manhattan with what Penny told investigators and what's being said about the chokehold he applied. Briella, good morning.
Yeah, Dan and Shani, a lot of things mentioned in that video. It was about 29 or 30 minutes long, and this was really key because jurors yesterday got to hear for the first time from the man whose fate they will ultimately decide here in this Manhattan courtroom. We also heard an explosive testimony from the martial arts instructor who taught Daniel Penny. He said that Penny applied an improper version of the chokehold he was taught when he moved to restrain Jordan Neely.
So he was standing behind me, and I kind of came like this.
Okay. Did you apply pressure, Daniel?
No, I wasn't. I just wanted to keep him from getting to people.
On day 7 of the high-profile subway chokehold trial in Lower Manhattan, jurors were shown a half-hour-long videotaped interrogation and heard former Marine Daniel Penny recall in his own words what happened. While speaking with detectives, Penny demonstrated the chokehold he used on Jordan Neely, appearing unaware that Neely died shortly afterwards.
I'm not trying to kill the guy.
Right.
Penny told the pair of detectives he was on his way to the gym after leaving class at City Tech from the J Street Metro Tech station in Brooklyn. At the 2nd Avenue stop, he said Neely got on, started to yell and threaten passengers.
Some guy came in, he's like, whipped his jacket off, and he's like, I'm going to kill everybody.
Several witnesses took the stand, including NYPD Detective Brian McCarthy, who interviewed Penny. McCarthy testified he didn't tell Penny that Neely had died during that 5th Precinct interrogation. And when Penny was questioned about why he decided to get involved in the first place, he said,
I'm not a confrontational guy. In the Marine Corps, I felt the need to step in.
Yeah.
There's women and children on the train.
Did you feel like someone's life was in danger?
100%.
Another key witness also testified, a Marine who trained Daniel Penny. The combat instructor said if done right, the chokehold should knock out a person without killing them. But if held too long, the technique could end a person's life in a matter of minutes. Once the person is rendered unconscious, that's when you're supposed to let go, he told the jury. And Cynthia Harris, a city medical examiner, took the stand late yesterday telling jurors that Neely's cause of death was compression of the neck, consistent with the use of a chokehold.
And Penny's defense team has tried to cast doubt on the medical examiner's ruling that the chokehold is what caused Jordan Neely's death. His attorneys have emphasized Neely's previous arrests, also his mental health issues and drug use. For now, though, we're live here in Lower Manhattan. Dana Tashani, we'll send it back to you.
Briella, thank you.